Michael, thank you. Hearing loss in children is on the rise. In 2008, the Sight and Hearing Association tested the noise levels of popular toys, and they found that some have levels equal to a jet plane.
Wow, when you hear that, really, literally pins the point there. There are so many educational toys out there. Not only are they safe, but your kids can also learn something too. We have a couple of special guests this morning to tell you about. Dr. Jacque Scholl is joining us and Monica Bein is joining us as well. Lady, thank you so much for coming in. And I know you brought in some of these educational toys as well.
We did. We brought in some noisy ones too.
To prove the point, right?
To prove the point, that's correct. You know, the one thing that's interesting, we were looking at some of the decibel levels of some of these toys, and for instance, this phone is about 80 decibels. When you take it out of the box, that's the thing. You have to make sure that you take them out. And then the other toy, this one gets up to about 106 decibels.
Wow.
So you do have to be really, really cautious about what you're purchasing for your child. The other thing too is, you know, you really can't get away from the electronic aspect that our children are really, but at our practice, one of the things that we really focus on is getting the parents involved, because they are the primary role models for language. And Monica Bein is one of our speech pathologists. She actually wrote a book called Teaching Speech the Fun Way. And in her book, she talks about, which I have a little marked here, some different ways that you can utilize everyday things that you might already have around the home. And with the holiday season coming up, Monica can show you a little bit about some of the toys that you can actually use to facilitate language with.
Some of these are my favorites. This is one I just saw recently at Barnes & Noble. It's called Headbands, and it really helps facilitate language for kids who need to ask questions and answer questions, and each person has a card on their head and they're trying to guess what they are. So you ask questions not knowing what your card says to guess what object you are, and that's really fun to facilitate language. This is one that parents may not know about. A lot of them are your standby toys, your farm. And what I
recognize these right here.
Isn't that great? Everybody needs a little people farm. What we love to do with those types of toys to facilitate language is to talk about the item before you show the child. So say, I have something and it's pink and it says oink. I wonder what it is. And then when they say, it's a pig, yes, it's a pig, and I wonder where you're going to put him in the farm, and then you let them put the pig in. So to talk about the sounds that things make and what they do and kind of describe it before you give it to the child. Another thing I love, and I talk about in the book about using blocks. You can use blocks for language, let the child build, and then talk about what they made, talk about it going up, talk about it falling down, talk about it going across, things going over it, things going under it. If you build a bridge, that's really great. And then I love books. Everybody really has books at home and can use them in a variety of ways. This particular one has Lift the Flap, so for younger kids, lifting the flap is really fun. And then as they grow older, they can take more words and longer stories with more content in them. And if you have a book that has objects that go along with it, you can read the book and then talk about the objects after you're finished.
Very educational. There's some great ideas, and it definitely keeps the noise out.
Yeah, real quick, wanted to ask about these because obviously you're talking about sound. So many kids have, as you mentioned, iPods, things like that. These are actually earbuds that they can wear and not have issues?
Well, yes. One of the things that I was saying earlier is, you're not going to be able to get away from the fact that our children, this generation really, they couple things to their ears and it can be damaging. One of the things that you want to look for is noise limiting earbuds. These will actually limit the amount of output that goes into the ear. They also make headphones, and then you can also, for that older set, these are actually filtered earplugs so that if they go to concerts or do noisy things, it's a custom plug, and it can actually, they still get to hear the music, but it limits all the noisy sounds.
Terrific.
Yeah, that is terrific. And with toys like this, does it actually have like how loud it can be on it? No. So that's something that every parent needs to watch out for.
But you can go onto the web and you can actually research toys, because when you play them in the box, they're not as loud as when you take them out.
Right. You're also helping you out as a parent as well, because you have to hear it just as much.
Exactly.
Ladies,
right.
thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions or for more information on noisy toys, call the Scholl Center. The number is there on your screen. It's 508-7601.